Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for coming.
What the hell was that?
That's all. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. That was all. That was the rest of my all. That wasn't supposed to happen. But tonight's hot topic, man. We got a hot one. First, man, I want to do a check-in. Make sure you all are doing well. DJ Nash, Chanel, how you doing over here? How you living? Tremendous. I like it. I like that. And to the right, it's my sister from another mister. Yes, you can say that. Sister from another mister. The one and only owner and operator and visionary of Journey to Peace Coaching. She goes by the name of KJ.
Hello.
Crown Springs. Hello. We are curating. We're curating the vibe right now. And I go by the name of Mike Anthony. We're going to vibe out for just a second before we get started. Let some people come online. We see you tapping in. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are ever in the area, be sure, not just on Wednesday night, but Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Be sure to stop by Why Not Lounge. And here in Hayward, California, located at 469 West 8th Street, Hayward, California. Be sure to stop by. The Wednesday nights, if you are ever in the area, be sure to stop by and see us. And we'd love to have you part of the conversation and part of the live audience right here inside Why Not Lounge. Let's go. We do have a highlight of Black-owned business, and we got to see this gentleman operate in his calling a little earlier, where we had a little speaker feedback that we had to get straightened out. And it is now, as you hear it, I mean, it sounds crisp. Shout out to DJ Leo, man. Shout out to DJ Nash, man. And thank you for tuning in. Zeus, what up? Let me say what's up to the people that's tuning in online, huh? Darian, what up? Smart girl, Sam, how you doing?
Sam.
Huh? Tip Shadow, we see you. Zeus, what up? How you doing? T, Baby, Cartier, okay. Shout out to Facebook. And shout out to those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube. That's our, I don't know, it feels like a Law and Order moment, right? I think we're going to have to include that. But anyways, KJ, how you living?
I'm doing good. It's Wednesday, and it's Let's Chat Live. I mean, what's a greater feeling than that?
That's fine. I love it. I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. Couldn't be with you guys last week due to unforeseen circumstances and situations beyond my control. But I'm here tonight, and we ready to get it popping. We got a hottie topic for y'all tonight. And man, y'all ready to get into it? E. Davis in the building. How you doing? You ready to get into it? We ready.
Nash, you ready?
Nash Money ready? Yeah, you know you don't need a lot of tools. All you need is right there. Bomb drop. That's how we do that there. That's how you do that there. But man,
do that there.
Tonight's hot topic, people. And before we get started, we always have a drink of the night. And our drink of the night tonight happens to be One Night Stand, aka Sex on the Beach. Huh? And it's so beautifully made, tastes so good, so delicious. So delicious. It's just delicious. Delicious just sounds like an old
Amazing.
word. Sounds like an old word, but we're gonna rock with it.
Delicious.
Delicious. Man, our hot topic, people, let's get into it. Huh? Our hot topic for the night. Getting some on the first night. Huh? Getting some on the first night. Have you done it? Or are you doing it? Have you got some on the first night or after the first date? Huh? Ladies, have you given up the cookie on the first night or after the first date? This is very personal, and this is a no judgment zone. Nobody should judge.
No judgment.
You know,
Don't.
we here to
No
help
judgment.
one another.
Don't.
There you go, Auntie. We are here to help each other, help one another. That's what we do here. We grown. Okay, we did the comments and answers are already starting to roll in on Instagram. Shout out to Monique_cuteness. She said, we grown, I guess. Yes, I have done it. No shame in your game. I love it. Still depends on the person. Facts. Still depends on the person. Now, there's an A to that. So, have you got someone first night or after the first date?
Pause.
Pause.
Have you done it?
Whoa. No.
No.
No. No.
All right, Mikey.
No. God.
Mikey.
No.
Mikey.
Oh.
Mikey.
Never.
What?
Nah.
No, you're lying.
No, man. You know, hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing, all right? Everybody wanted, but everybody can't drive a Bentley. You did. So you gotta be better. You gotta make sure. You gotta make sure that credit score is right. You gotta make sure this person
Ain't nobody ever came about that same day rental.
Same day rental.
Can't rent me.
Same day
baby.
delivery.
Can't rent me. I'm for purchase only. Okay? But no, I haven't. I have not, B. I haven't. I just haven't. That's just not my thing. I've just never been, you know, hey, you know, because people I date have substance. And when you're dealing with somebody with a bit more substance, you can look beyond just the physical aspect of a person. That's what's important. Because oftentimes we get so caught up in the physical aspect of a person that we don't dive deep enough and figure out and learn who they really are. All right?
So what if that's not like the initial plan? Because we're gonna be honest.
Let's be honest. Have
Right.
you?
Like 4 times.
KJ's out here. KJ is out here pumping and dumping, huh?
No, it was really like 4. But so this is the thing, right?
Talk to me.
One time, well, 2 times I didn't. It wasn't like somebody I was trying to date. It wasn't like that. It was just like
It was
I was
just,
trying to have like some fun because
That's
I'm not
what-
that type of person. So I'm like,
that's what.
no, and that was my thing though.
This is
No,
a
but
bad
that was
thing.
my thing though. That I used to feel it was a bad thing, so I was scared to do something like that. I was like, no, I can't do that. I don't want nobody to think of me in a certain way.
Right.
But then I'm like, yeah, exactly.
That's
so I
a
was like,
personal
problem, right? So I was like, oh, forget it. I'll just do it. So I did.
You have fun. You know, you live once.
Sometimes 2 of them I wish I regret. I regret 2
That's
times.
to be
but,
expected.
yeah, you don't want it.
Oh, Lord. The regrets come in. And
But
that's-
another time, one time it was me and the person actually progressed in our relationship.
Wow, and that is a possibility.
Hey, that's how all of
That
our
is a
relationships
possibility. You know,
If you playing, that make me feel like I don't want to because if you playing this aspect, what else is gonna be playing in?
if you're playing games, Bobby, you doing that? You too old. Well, you know, while I have never the first night game, didn't do that. First date, no. You know, more of
And
a,
is it my
Well,
my specific choice
more of a second
or
type.
is it my specific choice or
By edit, no, I just like when I go out on a date.
or was it involuntary?
when I go out, like a first date, that's like me. Let's vet. Let me see if I like it. Let me see, because I'm always extreme in my thinking, right? I'm like, just my luck. First night, baby on the way. I don't know this person. I don't even like her. That's always my thing. That's my luck. That's my luck. That's my thinking. That's my fear. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that fear. Okay? And to this day, I am topless by choice because of that fear, and I am one night standards. It's okay.
No kind of situation.
You definitely protect yourself. smart. I am definitely being smart out here in the streets. You got to. It's too much floating around. Okay? But how about living with somebody coming up with the COVIDs? Imagine that.
I mean,
You dodge all others, but you got that COVIDs.
hey, man,
That COVIDs ain't that good.
Hey, we in our 30s. COVID about 2 years old, bro. We in our 30s.
COVID, COVID.
Hey, COVID 2 years old.
COVID is fresh to a lot. So some of us, and some of us are still escaping it. Thank God. God's good.
It
Thank
didn't
God.
start yesterday, bro. It didn't start
True.
2 years ago.
And so like I was
said,
saying,
it's wholesome, though.
like I was saying, I'm more of a 2-day type guy, right? Let me see if I like you on the first date. Let's see if we got something. Let's see if we talk to each other after that first date. Because let's be real. Typically, you go on these first dates, how many of them pan off into another date?
But what if it's something you don't care? Yeah. What if you don't care?
Oh, I care. I care.
But what I said, that's purely physical attraction. They gotta
Yeah.
get your mind
For
on
real.
that. It's like
I think too much.
Because you
I think
think
too
about helicopter ride.
Please, I have to stop putting that out there. Wow. Yo, listen, first of all, KJ, I don't really like the way you threw me on the bus like that right now. You just put that out there. First of all, I just got hit with a dump truck real quick. Listen, first of all right, no, everybody don't get helicopter rides. Let's just put that out there, right? Gotta be very special for that. Gotta be very special to meet my driver. You gotta be very special for that type of stuff. Okay? Not everybody's just out here doing that.
Call you ghosted. You gotta drive.
Yeah, I'm not ghost, but you know what I'm saying. Let's get to. So I didn't even get to finish the question. I mean, that's only part one. All right, now part A of the first question. Well, the only question. Part A is there still a double standard between men and women when it comes to men getting and women giving the cookie away on the first night, or has society become more welcoming to the thought of women giving out the cookie on the first night or after the first date?
I think,
Is it still a double standard, or is it?
I think,
But okay,
okay.
break that down. Where's that on mic?
Nash, you got another mic? Okay, I'll take it out.
Okay.
I'm thinking mic.
Shout out to KJ. Who said it?
I think there's still a double standard.
I didn't know.
Okay.
But I think this one.
Boy, we gonna come to you. My bad. We in the audience, people. If you don't know, we are in a live audience. Let's go.
We get priorities.
I mean, all I was gonna say is that I feel like it's both and, meaning that I feel like where we're at in society, a lot of women are reclaiming their bodies and it's becoming more accepting of women to, it's accepting of women to have sex on the first date. And I think there are still some double standards where women are penalized and criminalized for having sex on the first date in comparison to men. I think men are appraised and, recognized and acknowledged when they do have sex on the first date in comparison to women, but I think it's necessarily in like opposite circles, not within circles, but that's a different story.
Nice. See, and that is true. Yeah, we can snap for that. That is true. There has always been that double standard right there when it comes to men versus women. Bull got something to say. What's up, Bull? And then E, okay.
First off, you know what I'm saying? Glad to have you back, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Glad to be back, brother. I'm glad to be back.
But I do think there's a double standard still between men and women. However, I do think it's more tolerable these days. You know what I'm saying? We got females like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. Those they push those stereotypes. Not the regular stereotype. It's like I say, and I hate that term, reclaiming their bodies. I swear to God, I hate that term with a passion because when you say reclaiming our bodies, it's like you was never in control of your body to begin with.
Oh,
you weren't.
Yes, we were.
Media portrays women's body as for public consumption, and that we're only our worth is tied to our bodies. We were never allowed the agency to claim our bodies and have our own. That dated back to slavery.
Okay, but even with that, with the music that's being portrayed by the top quote unquote top artist, female artist today, your work is still tied to your body. So what's the
I think in this case, now it's like I actually get to choose how I want to experience my body. A lot of times we think about even sex. A lot of times sex is done for men's pleasure. And women's pleasure oftentimes is not a priority in that act. And now women are saying that, one, I'm gonna my body, but also I'm gonna get mine and I'm gonna experience pleasure. If you think about a lot of women's experiences with sex, that's a different topic. It's about men as the one who gets to experience the pleasure, not women.
For the majority, it's the
For the
men.
majority,
You know what I'm saying? You got some cats, you know what I'm saying, who's the minority. You know what I'm saying? We make sure it's like when I have sex, it's all about the woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm gonna get mine regardless, it don't matter. But I need to make sure she. No, I'm not. That's not true.
That's boy behavior.
That's not true.
It's boy behavior.
I didn't sort of like that.
It's different. See, that's what I'm saying.
But
That's boy behavior.
I never.
To please somebody, you have to learn how to do that.
It's like you're right. You do
To
have to
please
learn how to
somebody,
do
you
it.
have to learn how to do that.
But my thing is, I was a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? And the thing was, I was so scared that a female would talk bad about how I performed sexually. I wanted to make sure everything was right when I did it. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, ever since I started, it's all about the female. Make sure she okay. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm tired.
But that requires you to be humble. You're willing to be humble and to learn and to give. A lot of people aren't actually willing.
You're right.
Do not let them cry.
You're right.
But I know dudes that's cocky because they know I just told that ass up. Like that's something that a lot of dudes can't do.
And I'm like that too. But it's not. Because the thing is, we get a female, right?
Let's jump.
Like this ties into the topic right here. Like you talk to a female, and I say, you know what I'm saying, like say you claiming our bodies. Females these days will talk shit about their sex game because they've dealt with lesser mortals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll let you talk and all that. Okay, that's fine, that's cute, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then when I do my thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You let push the back to 30 minutes after I get done. Of course I'm gonna feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, it is. You know.
It's expressive. It's been expressive. So been expressive. What we got on people?
I'm going right back to the topic, and then I'll get out. Damn, God, what was the question?
Double standard.
It was about, I feel like it can kind of come back on the woman. I feel like dudes initially, like they could take some, okay, I've had, whatever before. And
So whatever.
on the topic, I don't want to say it. Okay, so technically,
We're here now. We're here now.
First of all,
We're here. Let's talk about it.
you try to be funny.
Let's talk.
I'm reclaimed in the name of Jesus.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It wasn't a one night stand, but it was a one weekend stand. Okay, we were at Liege, and I had some friends, and the groom we were planning a wedding, and the groom was from Africa. So it was my job to make sure the African boys turned Oakland the fuck out. And so when they came, they all spoke French and like I you know how you like I never knew that could be a turn on because like the dude he came and was like he wants to know about bottle service and he came he said so I'm like what the fuck you just said because I didn't understand what he was saying and I'm thinking he talking drunk but no his accent was just so deep so it was like in my mind it wasn't a one night stand because we were like with each other for those whole 48 hours. And by the time I gave it up to him, I felt like we really knew each other.
At that point.
Like I did. And he wanted to take it serious with me after he did. And I feel like,
Okay.
no, he was a good guy. I just had stuff going on. I feel like it could work if that guy doesn't or that woman doesn't for whatever reason in the future build some type of insecurities. Because if they do, trust me, that's going to be in the back of their mind. They're going to bring up every little thing they can. But if they got a good relationship where insurance ain't a problem, blah, blah, it's good to go. I don't think it'll bite you back in that. But most relationships fail right now because somebody's insecure.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. Insecurity inside the relationship
Put
kills
the
the
legs
relationship.
on his head, now he loves power.
That's Auntie Kajun. Lord, she is out of control. E. Davis, what's up? Talk to
I would
us.
say this. I think it is still kind of I think it's dying down though. Like it's not as like prevalent as it used to be. Like it used to be so much more powerful. Like if a woman has sex on her first night, oh she's a hoe, and then like people just want to write her off. But I think more and more like it's dying down to where it's like kind of equal. One thing I hate is how the term, like the woman is always considered as giving it up. To me, it's an exchange. Because listen,
Facts.
I'm giving it up too.
Even.
You know what I mean? I'm giving it up. You know what I mean?
I'm the giver.
So anything, I'm gonna call it an exchange. Like I don't feel like I took something from you just because we had sex. You know what I mean? I want to get rid of that term. I want to get rid of the term of women saying they gave it up because hey, we exchanged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We also don't want women to talk about, I took it.
Right. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, and she goes back to her and says, that nigga gave it up.
Took it.
How do we feel if we do this?
Rock your world. Like, oh no. I worked too good.
And then
It was too much.
my last point is
The wild made him drop.
my last point is like, I don't see why it's a bad thing to, you know what I'm saying, to engage in certain activities on the first night. If y'all feel like this thing, don't just do it just to do it.
Right.
I mean, we have a good date. Like, we cover some important topics. Like, we share some goals. Like, we on the same page. Like, maybe some shit came up that, like, it's just amazing that we had this in common.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like those type of circumstances, like, yeah, it can lead to, and that's, you know what, all my relationships have come from very early activities. You know why? Because like it said to me that they wasn't playing, like they know what they want, and they're not afraid to get it. And that that's to me, that's a life skill. That's something I look at. It's like, damn, like if she like this, like from the jump, it's like, damn, I can do like her. She's a good partner. You know, she ain't playing with it. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna put me. She not play no games with me. She's not gonna play no games with nothing. She's just gonna get what she want to get and not feel shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Like
She's secure within herself.
That's more attractive than trying to make somebody wait. To me, that's way more attractive. So like, I don't do it just for the physical feeling. It's like I do it just to like kind of see what your mental, your willingness is like more attractive to me than the more the physical feeling is. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's
You can see it. You can gain a lot from you can tell a lot about a about a person's mental, how they handle you.
Exactly.
Like how a person deals with you, how they handle you. Are they straightforward? Are they honest? Are they real? Are they playing games? Are they going by the 90-day rule? Are they going? Are they throwing that at you? Yeah. Are they throwing the 90-day rule at you? Like, no, hey, first of all, rules are meant to be broken. Rules are meant to be broken. I mean, let's talk about it here, okay? Since you want to throw that out there, let's talk about this 90-day rule that you have. The rules are meant to be broken. You come at a person with a 90-day rule.
I agree with her as far as you know, she knows what she wants, but I feel like shouldn't nobody put you on no time. I don't know, waiting period. But I feel like we should take our time only because when we talk about this in Vegas, men and women in our generation, I mean, like, damn, I hate to say it, but like 50 down, we don't know how to do simple shit like have a conversation. Like we don't know how to get to a lot of. I'm speaking in whole. The average person just don't know how to like talk on the phone. So sex blurs shit out. Like and men like a good chase, so they don't really take the time to like actually get to know her or get to know each other. So that's why y'all go throughout this relationship having this mediocre ass sex because y'all don't even know where you are mentally up here. But I really wish it was. Shit, I want that. I can have it. So you know what I mean. But unfortunately, that's not how I go.
Side question. and I already know y'all super deep, so y'all gonna come with the answers. Side question: Does sex make the connection stronger, or does the connection make the sex stronger?
The connection makes the sex strong.
Can sex make a connection stronger? Can it? Like, think about it. Can it? Like,
I feel like for me, the connection will make the sex stronger because, like, I'm a mental person. So if you're like mentally attractive and like, cause I love deep conversations, and somebody can teach me something. So that right there is gonna make me like, oh damn, you know what I mean? It's gonna make me want you more in different ways. Besides, you know what I mean? But I feel like, to me, sex is not that. It's not that big of a deal for me in that way to where just because you have good, like, I don't get, as they would say, dickmatized. I don't get like that. Like, there's people that I could just have sex with without doing whatever anyway, and I don't forget about you the next day because it just wasn't. Like, it didn't, bother me or whatever you want to say that much.
and that's you gotta answer. E. Davis got something for people. This is getting real.
Hey, for me, it's both. The answer is both. Initially, the sex makes the connection stronger, but then once y'all start building, then it kind of flips on its head. Then the connection start making the sex stronger. So it's both. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's both. It ain't just one or the other.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If you do it, you keep on doing it, y'all start feeling something, it will be a flip. So it becomes the other. One becomes the other.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's the maturity of the relationship. That's two people evolving at the same time. And a lot of relationships don't last because people don't evolve at the same time in the same direction.
Right.
So that was deep as hell, man. That boy is speaking. But that was my so no, realistically, like, a lot of relationships fail because somewhere along the line, the two people stop evolving together. So you have either this woman or this man who continues to evolve, continue to reinvent themselves, and then you have a person who gets what's the word I'm looking for? Stagnant in a relationship, and they become content with who they are and where they are, and they choose not to evolve. They choose not to change. They choose not to continue to grow. So here you have two people who are trying to do life together, and one person's like, yo, man. And that's why you hear a lot of people like, man, we fell out of love. No, you don't fall out of love. The connection that you had once upon a time is no longer there because somewhere along the way, two people stopped watering the grass.
Right.
That's like, to me, it said in Stranger at my house. She said, is it that I want more from me and you remain the same?
Right. Because people do evolve.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't want nobody who's gonna stay the same. Like,
Right.
That's
You should want to. You should want to stay the same.
I can't afford that. My vision, my purpose is too great. Like, you have to be at a certain age. You want to stay the same. Certain areas.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Stay right. Yeah. True. Yeah. You're right. All right. Let's fast. In certain areas.
Certain
Yes. Certain things in certain areas. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Some things don't change. I tell people all the time, like, especially when I'm dating somebody, like, I can only promise you that I won't be the worst you ever had. I can only promise you I won't be the worst. And if I should change, it will be for the better. That's the only thing I can promise you. Like, outside of that, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's jump off this. Let's just jump off this mountain and see if we land. I don't, typically that's how it happens. But even when it comes to sex, it's like people get so caught up in it, so wrapped up in it. And that's where thirst really comes from. Because cats, you go on IG, you flip up and down. It's just cheeks and temptation in your face.
It's not even the sex
all day
part, it's
long.
just people be wanting to be wanted. Because people be like going crazy for people and the dick is whack. Or the vagina is whack. They want to be wanted.
It's whack. You just want to be wanted by somebody.
You ain't never seen somebody go crazy over a female. You like, I had
What are you tripping off of? Relax.
But everybody gets different versions of
Facts.
Yeah.
And everybody gets different versions of people because people bring out different versions of us.
Yeah, it's true.
At the end of the day, like, hey, like I got one person that she just feels that like I'm just like an a-hole. I'm like, well, you figured out that button how to make it out. You've done a great job. I didn't know it was in me,
Yeah.
but
I'm
here
the
it
same
is.
way. I've had that happen.
Yeah, it's like, yo.
That person probably never felt boundaries before.
Ooh, let's talk about boundaries. Listen.
That's probably what it was.
Oh, people don't honor boundaries. Even getting back to the topic, we're still on topic. Because boundaries is a part of sex. I mean, at the end of the day. Because you're letting somebody into your space. That's intimate. That's very personal. That's you giving them a big part of you. And I think for too long it's been such a lackadaisical thing when it comes to men doing it versus women. Women is, withhold yourself, chastity belt, lock it up, throw away the key, bring it out after you say I do, girl. For men, it's like, hey, get it, good fella, you ain't gonna have it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, like what are we really teaching each other? What are we really doing? So it's become that over time, especially in the African American community. Let's be real. Like, you're not a player if you ain't getting it. But wouldn't imagine like one of my boys is coming to me like, yo, man, I ain't never. I'm just waiting till I'm married, man. Just waiting. And that person is probably the most emotionally stable person because you take on people's spirits when you lay down with them.
That ain't true.
Facts.
You said that ain't true.
You don't believe that when you lay down. You ever heard the saying, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas? That's taking on the spirit.
That's a physiological thing, man.
I mean, that's taking on that spirit of that person. But you take it on, it's deeper than just the physical because you're taking on that person's spirit. Sex is spiritual. It's a spirit. Sex is a physical connection between two spirits. A physical connection, a physical act between two spiritual beings.
What is two people that aren't spiritual?
The two people like, I mean, you're spiritual. You may not be religious,
I
but
feel
the
like,
spirit is within you.
I think y'all
If-
both right.
You think we're both right? I think I'm righter though.
Oh, you guys think I'm right. I'm right,
I'm not saying he was wrong, but I'm saying
I'm right.
what's up to that?
I think a lot of times people do lay down with people that are spiritual, and that's why they wake up feeling so empty. Right. I mean,
Well, we both ain't spiritual. We both gonna wake up empty then.
That's two cups. He's pouring nothing into each other. That's a waste of time. It's an exchange, right? But you said it's an exchange, right? So what are you exchanging outside of physical body parts?
If you just talking about sex, that's literally
Fluids.
Fluids, yes. Which contain,
potentially.
The scientific word.
yes, protein, huh?
Protein.
Tied to your DNA, tied
Let's call
to
something
the
else.
being of who you are, which is tied to the spirit.
So we're talking about raw.
But the word starts with the P though, don't it?
We just talking about raw.
We got off. It's all right. We here now. Enid drove us here. You let us here too. So here we are. This is Let's Chat. We're talking about it. So you were saying what? What? E?
I said a bunch of different things. I don't know which part.
Yeah, you did. You should have.
He said two non-spiritual people.
Yeah. I mean, if being spiritual ain't your thing, then it's like, all right, well, I have a body to need, you have a body to need, we can solve each other's problem, and we can still rock each other in other areas of life. But it's just like, it don't have to be all like spiritual. Like,
maybe he used the
like,
wrong
I'm taking your
word.
All right,
soul.
maybe.
Like, I don't know if I'm taking your soul.
You feel like you're taking some of her energy?
Ooh, do you feel like you're taking some of her energy?
Like,
Exchange energy.
What is
maybe I'm
energy?
using the wrong
What's
word.
another word for energy?
I don't take anything.
What's another word for
You
energy?
feel like you guys are exchanging energy?
What's another word for energy? Just
I need another word.
y'all know me. Y'all know I would go to
Another word for
Encyclopedia
energy.
in a minute. I go to the encyclo Let's see. Yeah, no, we gonna get to the bottom of this. We all stand for the right. This how we, iron sharpens iron, right? Yeah, I know you're right. I'm just trying to, we don't need another word. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just want to look it up, and the other word, a synonym for energy, be spirit.
Okay, I got it.
So I can be right.
I got
I'm
it. Vitality.
I gotta be spirit. I gotta be life.
Power.
He is not feeling it.
Power.
He is not feeling it.
I'm not giving my power. I'm not taking yours. So like, I don't fit to me.
But it's energy. What are you giving? Energy is power. It is. Energy is people. Do y'all think energy is power? Is it two different things? Are we going too far left? Do we need to bring it to the right a little bit? Talk
To the
us.
left.
Let us know in the comment section.
To the right.
Because if you ask me, I would say, yeah, it's the same. But we do got a part B to that. Why y'all answering that? We're going to go to part B. I don't know why I just threw a plug in. Boom.
What the heck? Whoa. Part B.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know.
Gang.
Outside of it.
Not over here.
That's the saddest part.
I
That's the
didn't
saddest part. I did it again. I can't stop doing it. And
Okay.
I got on red today, so you know what it is. Huh?
Oh,
Okay,
no.
boom. Bottoms, boy. Biscuits on mine.
No Popeyes, because they dry.
Huh? You feel me? This ain't less. This less bad. Huh? Less bad. You get it? Gotta replace the
And I ain't in that.
with the B. All right, part B. Does having sex too soon damage the relationship before it begins?
No.
He says no.
No, we have a no and a yes.
Yes. Match.
No.
You have a no.
What'd you say?
I said it could go right, but if you guys build like insecurities, it could be like damaging in the future.
Okay. So we have a
No.
But like
In the
what I'm
middle.
talking about, it takes time. Like you kind of veer away from getting to know her or each other.
Right.
The sex, it blurs your mind. You be like, the chase is over.
It's a blur.
And I'm not saying chasing a cat, chasing your intellect, chasing all that, chasing seeing what he or she wants in life. Like if you just take a couple of weeks to get to know somebody, you will know, oh, he didn't want kids. Oh, she really is unemployed, and you would know these little things if you took your time.
She been flying with old men all this time. I thought she was with.
Whatever it may be, but if you just fuck too soon, you don't care about it later. You got something to say.
All right, E.
It really just depends on what sex means to the individual. It can mean one thing to one person and something else to another person. So it's like, if the female like, oh, he has sex with me, so he really likes me or loves me, then, you know what I'm saying, she can base how she moves off of that. And if it don't really mean that much to the other person, they be like, all right, well, that's so they could throw off the dynamic if I'm not on the same page. Psychologically, they can throw off the dynamic. But if y'all on the same page, then it really don't matter.
In the back.
Brandon.
So I feel like sex is like the most vulnerable thing you can do with a person. Like you can give away your secret, you can give away whatever. But I feel like you give your those are words, and words have a lot of power, but you give away your body. Like there's risks involved with that. There's health risks. There's the exchange of energies that we just talked about, and I feel like that's in a lot of cases that's like because it's such a vulnerable act. It's kind of like the finish line. So if I hit the finish line on the first night, what more is there to you?
I would say, like, you gonna be hitting hey, listen, if you gonna be hitting that finish line a bunch of times, like, you're like why you gonna stop at what point do you stop?
I'm going back to the 90-yard line tonight, baby. You go. You have to. The sex won't sustain a relationship.
Why is that the finish line?
No.
Why is sex the finish line?
Right. That should just be the sex should be the because it is communication. It should be icing on the cake.
It's like gas in a car. It ain't the most important part, but you still need it for it to run.
But see, I think a lot of times when we're talking about this specific question, it's framed in people's minds as like the other person. Like, so if we have sex, I'm no longer interested in you because of you. Whereas really, I'm not interested in you because of me. Because I got what I want, I needed, and I'm good now. So I'm moving on. And I think a lot of times it's framed as if it was the other person. I internalize it, but on the other end, it's like, oh, you don't want to fuck him anymore because I gave it up. And so he wanted. But really, like, it's not because of you. It's because of that person. They got what they wanted and needed, and obviously that wasn't communicated maybe beforehand. So y'all weren't on the same page about that. But really, it's about that person. It's not about you. And I think that's where a lot of times the issues lie and discrepancies are with that. And I think as long as you know, I want this is a physical thing, and I'm good where we at right now. If that's communicated, then I think it's fine, and you can leave that way. But when it's not communicated, that's when all those blurred lines, and that's when all the issues.
I like it.
To back that, I agree. Like they say, like curiosity intrigued the cat. You know.
Also killed it.
It kills it as well. But but for women, for a lot of women, it won't bring it back because 90% of women work off energy. Like we work off like emotions. Like I've had somebody who I know your sex is kind of whack, but I'm so into you that it's like, damn, this shit is actually good. No, it's not psyching us out. It's like everybody's not physically driven. So that shit was really good. An orgasm, you can't fake that. You know?
We're not naturally like that. We're socialized to believe that we have to tie our emotions to sex.
Right.
Because we're taught that men can have sex with fun, but women, we're not taught that. I think had we been taught the same way men are socialized to believe, I think women, we could engage in sex and it be just sex and we walk away from it because it's just fine. But because we're not, come from it. And also a lot of men are taught to be mediocre in bed. So because they are mediocre, so we're thinking the ones that are good is scarce and few. So we have a scarcity mindset of when it is good, I gotta claim it because ain't that many out there. But really it's like they out there, we just gotta, give them
You gotta find it. How do you find it?
Are you mediocre?
Call Mike Anthony.
Whoa. No, man, that was interesting. KJ, I don't like where that went.
Some of the best that I've ever had was never a relationship. Some of the best that I've ever had, they are literally reserved for like birthday dick. I'm just saying, so I don't get stuck on.
You are just a birthday dick. That's all. That's all they think about us, fellas. That's what I'm saying. Get married. At least you know what she think about you, huh? At least you know what you. That's it. That's that birthday appointment.
Birthday
It's your birthday.
way too big, way too dirty. Then it got a curve. It's like I can't do that every night.
Oh, it's special.
Yeah, it's special.
I almost said something. I'm not gonna say that.
A one night stand.
It's like you're probably not emotionally attached, but there's no way that can be bad.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So,
But
it is what it is.
Some people can handle the elephant. Some people can't. I don't know where else to go. I don't know. Wow. Talk about the elephant in the room. Question B2. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't saying the other word. So B2 is what it's going to be. It's really this one. But we're going to call it B2.
Oh, because we want to be gang.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying?
Gang.
You know? We ain't going to put that out there in the streets. You know, I love Jesus at the end of the day. And as a man, do you? Ooh, this one, fellas.
All right, boy, we coming to you for this one.
As a man, do you take a woman as serious, considerable for a relationship when you get the cookie too soon?
Yes.
Yes, you still we agree. Well, you know, for a lot of men who get the cookie too soon, because the chase or the what's the word? There's a word I'm looking for. That's good. No, it's not even pursuit of happiness. It's even bigger than that. Not to chase.
Let me Google it.
The But you know what I'm thinking? It's gonna come. But for a lot of people, a lot of men, after they get the cookie, the curiosity is gone.
Because curiosity killed the cat.
And the dog ran off. I'm like, do you bring me back home? Yes. Curiosity killed the cat and the dog ran away. No longer to return. But some people will say the satisfaction brought me back. For how long? Is it permanently? Is it just a moment? Like, for me, I'm thinking,
We're trying to focus on relationships. Yeah, it's easy to get somebody to want you as occasional dick.
Right.
But like
relationship. That's what I'm saying. Can you build from that? Do you take her serious, considerable for a relationship and or possible life partner? Yes.
Even more so.
Bull what? Check.
Even more so.
Even more so. That's a plus. Hey, to me, that's a plus.
Yeah. Bull say yes.
That's a plus.
You say yes too. Okay.
Unless you got a reputation.
Well, if she's doing it with you, what makes you think that she's not doing that with others?
So people come, that's like wrong insecurity. That's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
true.
know. I don't know.
Because my thing is this here, right? Like ever since I got into like the quote unquote sex game, whatever, right? It's always been if you do this, she's this. If you do this, she's this. You know what I'm saying? So, but I can't sit there and think about what she's doing with anybody else.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense. You try to set free.
Every night, bro.
And even if she is, like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I don't care. If she doing it to me, that's all I care. I don't care about nothing else. If she doing it to me, that's all I care.
And that's grown man. That's grown man. And it takes a lot to get there. Shantae got something to say? What up, Tay? Who is that? I mean, I'm sorry, the guy. I thought it was Tay when she walked in. My bad. Pardon me. I'm so sorry. Resemblance. Twin cousins.
Okay.
Oh, well, let me check myself. As a woman, ladies, as a woman, do you take a man as serious, considerable for a relationship, when you give the, I'm not calling it cookie, we'll call it the banana. Hey, somebody can handle the elephant in the room. When you get the anaconda too soon.
There's no formulas for no man taking you serious. You take it serious, right? Serious, whether I give it up or not. I didn't give it up, and they left me alone. And I didn't give it up, they stayed around.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
I can't premeditate my actions based off of what another person does. I can't control. That's manipulative in my opinion. Like, oh, I'm going back and we'll take the wife.
Right.
I'm like, give it up and go make it.
Yeah. That's true.
So true.
I agree.
That's so true. Thank you for having me flip that. So, ladies, do you take a man serious? Would you take a man serious after?
Oh, yeah. Would that make you think that he just hung around? I don't know.
Would it make you think that he is just holding around?
I'm saying the same way. Just because it's a man, it's still the same thing. I don't want to hold, just like he don't want to hold.
They don't care.
No, see, and I was about to say that most
Dudes
don't
that's the double standard.
care,
It's
and
like-
that does come to the double standard. We haven't had to care. It's been popular, or have you heard the term? And ladies put it out there. Let's talk about it. Ladies have put it out there.
You can make
Ladies have put it out. Ladies have put it out there that if they don't want them, I don't want them. So we make ourselves desirable, and some men take that the wrong way by making sure that their name is in the streets as being known, as a he man. I do this.
They jokingly said earlier, like, what if women, went back like, damn, I got one last night, he gave it up.
Right.
But we don't talk like that. But okay, good job.
See?
He let me hit on the first dinner.
Yeah. I can't give that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I can't give no woman that.
Oh yeah, by the way, the man you're talking to, you know, it's always like a negative connotation when women come. It's like a woman. I'm coming to a woman,
Caddy.
and that's negative. But when a man comes to another man, it's like, oh yeah, like you should.
Try that out, brother. Try that, man. You gonna enjoy that drive. Hey,
You gonna enjoy that ride?
enjoy that ride, man. Hey, brother, let me know. Let me know.
Dudes don't mind like homie hopping. Like if a dude tripped off another dude talking to his ex, they would look at that dude like he's soft, and it's fucked up. Because women, we know better. I don't care how even.
I be wanting to cry. Like don't talk to nobody I'm talking to. Like don't talk to my ex. Like come on, man.
Like, y'all the conversation all of a sudden the whole communication. He burnt up to everybody.
Because I know that you were into my friend at one point in time.
That's what women
Oh
say.
man, let's talk
That's
about
what
that.
women say.
But
So-
no. It depends on. But if you were looking for a relationship with him or if it was just sex, I don't mind my friend if it was good.
If you my associate, no, because that like if you my
My friend
associate,
would never.
Yeah, you
I would
right.
never.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind if she did. That's not something I would do. But if she wanted to, I wouldn't mind. It wasn't necessary.
I don't want to be sitting with my friend and we both know what that dick look like. I mean, I would just feel
Group chat.
just I don't know.
Group chat. Group chat about to be popping.
If you, I got you. Yeah. But I would think the friend would, yeah, but they don't. You're right.
Girl, you never lie.
I think all the women don't want to be second. So that's why we wait.
Nobody, men don't want to be second. Yeah. I don't want to be second.
So have
No.
y'all as men ever been sitting with like two chicks that you've been with and felt awkward because us working in the bar, we didn't. Anyway, so I done been somewhere and I know a particular dude and I'm like, damn, 3 of your bitches in here. I mean, your females in here, and I'm like, does he feel some type of way? But no, it doesn't seem like does care.
It's, you know what? It doesn't bother me only because I'm straightforward from the beginning with everybody. Like,
They didn't even know that.
From dating, I'm dating. This was them. I was with her. You know, you probably already know it. If it was a serious relationship, you probably know I was with her because I'm not the type of guy that's gonna, have my relationship. Like, hey, this is what we doing. We out here. Yeah, that's it's good. Yeah, because trying to hide it makes it even weird. But the problem is, and we like to throw out. We want to switch gears real quick. We throw out the word insecurities a lot, right, in relationships. But who is responsible for one's security inside the relationship?
Yourself.
Is it just you? Is it you and your partner? Because for me, this is what I think. No, I'm gonna listen to y'all. What's that? What y'all say?
It start with you, but
It
your
starts with
partner
you.
should be giving you assurance.
Hello.
And if he's not, you need to dip. But if you
It
have
starts
enough
with you,
security
but your
in yourself,
partner should be giving you
sure.
assurance. They should validate.
And if you were really secure and they weren't giving you that, you don't have no problem dipping.
Right.
Because a lot of us, we be loving people, but we don't even love ourselves wholly. So that's why we stay there.
Because if you love yourself wholly,
You're not about to deal with it.
you're not about to deal with it, and you know that you're providing the best you. And this is what I tell everybody: like, give people the best you. Some people are going to misuse it. Some people are going to mistreat it. But the person who comes around and reciprocates the level of love that you give, that's it. In love, we lose 99% of the time. But the one person that we get and the one time that we do win outweighs the 99. What? Another one. Another one.
In love, we lose 99%.
Yes. In love, we lose 99% of the time. It's trial and error until you get it right. And then when you finally get it right, there's one person coming along, they meet you where you are, they push you further in your, whether it's business, your spirituality, economically, financially, emotionally. They don't cause you to feel insecure. They don't cause you to question you. Instead, if they do cause you to question you, they cause you to, it's by them being who they are. They push you. Like, yo, like you own it. Like having a woman who is on their stuff will push a smart man. That's gonna a smart. Come on, we'll push a smart man. Like, oh, she's on there. My girl had her business. Okay, well, she's not about to leave me in a trap.
Right.
I'm not about to get left here. So, babe, I see how you move. I like that. And real honest couples sharpen each other. Like, babe, how you do a business plan? How you do a project plan? Like, if you, man, your finances on point. I think I'd be spending too much. Talk to me. What? Let's go. Well, what I just said.
It's easier, it's just my experience. It's easier for women to take constructive criticism, but the moment that even if you had it to back it up, men don't, including my son, he don't know better. They don't want to be told what to do.
You know what it is? It's not
Well, not told what to do, but it's like they don't want any
advice or guidance.
If you watch the Kevin Samuels show, you'll see a whole bunch of the opposite.
Advice or guidance. True. Advice or guidance. You know what it is? It's not the what.
He want to argue with somebody in here, bringing that up.
Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
I know. That man is, no.
It's a lot of, all right, I'm not going
He
to
believes in A and B. He don't believe in the gray zone. We talk about 1 billion people. That's his biggest thing. The shit that he be talking about, a lot of it's right. A lot of it's dead ass wrong. Kevin Samuels, he just does not believe in the gray zone. Everything is money, no money, boom, that's that.
Yeah.
And there's gray zones. There's different scenarios. That's why politics are so fucked up. We literally divide in 2 parties.
Right.
With all these financial classes, if we divide in 2 parties, we're doomed from the start.
Facts.
But yeah, I'm not.
So, and that's one thing I thrive on. If you notice the way I talk, I go for men and women. Because here's the thing, we have pointed the finger at each other for centuries, right? We've done all this. Men are this, men are this, men are this, women are this, women are this. It's like, well, at what point do we stop, pause, and say, we know the problems, how do we fix it? Now it's time for, how do we fix it? How do we grow beyond this? We know that women have been known to be considered naggers. Why are women considered naggers? How can women develop communication skills that will help them not be considered to be an nagger?
Make men develop listening skills.
Right. See, and here's where Kevin Samuels about to come out. First of all, women don't listen. Women don't submit. Okay, y'all don't want to hear nothing. Y'all want to hear. Let's talk about it.
The average woman, I say this every week, somehow it comes up. The average woman does not mind submitting to a man that knows how to lead, but the average man don't even know how to lead himself.
You know what? Here's the thing.
How you gonna lead me somewhere? You don't even know where you're going.
That's true. I agree with all you said.
Most women, we want to be submissive. I'm tired out here. I need somebody to come. You know what I mean? Like submissive it's a beautiful thing.
If you are submissive, you are submissive.
No, you cannot be submissive.
Oh, you're not? Okay, hold on. Submissive. Ooh, how can I
if you're
say?
submissive to the wrong man, he will bring you down. He will break you down.
Yes. And the same goes for if you are a gentleman to a woman.
Right.
She will, and she doesn't know how to appreciate that, she will bring you down. If you want love, it's a risk. At the end of the day, if you want love, if you want a relationship, if you want to build with another person, it's going to require you taking that risk. At the end of the day, do you invest in stocks? If you invest in stocks, same way. You win some, you lose some, you hope to break even. At the end of the day, you win some, you lose some, you hope to break even. But when I win, that's big. That's a big win. At the end of the day.
We throw our money in slot machines in Vegas, but we don't want to take the same
we hold back.
We play the lotto.
I said all the time. I said we have a lot of people who want love, but yet are afraid to love.
They want the guarantee.
Oh, we're human. Oh.
They want the guarantee.
No, that's true. That's
what
yeah, we are.
Simon is addressing right now.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying about taking a chance and things like that. However,
like that, however.
Once we leave the entire household, if we want, at the time that we meet, if I have acquired more, not just physically, but mentally, if I'm always the one giving to you, how are you leading? Like, what are you showing as to where I would be submissive? To give up not give up everything I've built, but to trust into another person for you to lead. You have not even acquired that yourself.
Question is, how do you get that?
You know, the interview person, we get the interview y'all in the beginning, available every day, blah, blah, every day, boom, 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 every day.
Words the whole time?
No, it's not words. People act different. You never been with somebody and they act different in the beginning?
Just taking a chance.
Taking a chance.
I mean, like, you're taking a chance to just shit test somebody. It's like, you don't just listen to what they say. Like,
Properly decide for their beforehand.
You don't. You actions.
And that's what I mean by when you say women aren't, you know, if you're submissive, you're submissive. What do you expect a woman that say is submissive? Like, you know, but she's in her household with that example. Should we just lose everything? Because, okay, he's not leading. Like, what do we do?
you have to have a brain too with your discussion. Like, you have to have like,
That's what we're saying.
But once we get to leading and start, it's like, oh, now she's being masculine. Now she's taking the lead. So my kids, because you lacking in whatever happened to your life, do my kids want to suffer?
I feel like y'all make it one or the other. Be submissive or be smart. Like, you can do both. Like, don't
Is it
do the wrong man.
Hold on, pause. Let's talk about this. All right.
Because where you struggle is where the other person should be your strength.
Right. Where you struggle, your partner, your counterpart, that's where they should build you. Now, shout out to Chef Louis online. He says, how do we fix it? Both sides, man and woman, choose better people to date and get to know. Let's start there.
Y'all need to soak up your liquor. Please go get some of these
the crackers. Shout out to Nana's Kitchen. If you haven't got a plate, make your way back there, get a plate.
These crackers is different. They're different.
Those are her own recipe for the crackers. Cornish ham, rice and gravy, cornbread. Don't get your plate. $10.
It's broccoli out there too.
Oh, broccoli too. I didn't know about the broccoli. But anyways, let's get back to the topic on hand. And be sure to tip our bartender back there. She's working hard. Be sure to drink up, sip up, take a few shots if you need to. Hopefully you guys are y'all enjoying the conversation?
Yeah.
For sure. Crowd noise. Wow. Nice. Stadium noise. Oh. Love it. All right. So, it's too late. It's okay. No boom this way. But, so listen. All right. So, how can women...
Better late than never.
Yeah, boy. I don't know. Anyways, all right. So that's just like me being a gentleman, right? I don't turn it on or off depending on who I'm talking to or dealing with. I am just a gentleman with the mentality and with the mindset and with the knowledge and with the wisdom. I just call myself a smart guy, basically, pretty smart. I don't know. But I operate in that with the knowledge that there are going to be women that I come across who are not going to be able to appreciate me. Therefore, they may misuse me. I'm going to come across women who may not know how to accept me. Therefore, they will reject me. I will come across women who want me in their life, yet don't know how to appreciate me being there. Therefore, they will take me for granted. So, me being a gentleman, I don't turn that off. Still to this day.
It's not
All right?
conditional.
It's not it's who I am.
Can I give you a pretend situation?
Yes.
All right, you're a gentleman.
Yes.
You
I
are
think
with a woman, and we're great. And I'm pregnant, and I'm about to have these twins. We've been together 3 years, and I go have these twins in real life situation. Damn, I'm dealing with postpartum. And when I say I am not the person I was, I'm aggressive. I'm an asshole. I'm disrespectful. I'm damn right getting, abusive. Like, how do you handle that, Mr. Gentleman, as a man? Like, what do you do? I got your kids. We've been married. I didn't come into this relationship like that. But, shit changes. I've tried to, it could be depression, whatever example you want to use. I'm going to use postpartum, something real life right now. How do you handle that?
Patience. That's where love is patience. It requires patience. However, no, let me go further into it because realistically, this person has changed, right? Realistically, this person has changed. This is somebody I don't know. I've never seen this part of her characteristics. She's acting totally different. She's tripping out, flashing out. Nothing I do seems to be right. One, let me number. One,
Children are in the home.
patience. One, patience. Two, I may need counseling on my part to learn how I am to manage this situation that I'm in. Realistically, my opinion.
The best thing you can do for yourself in the relationship is to set boundaries. Even when someone has changed, doesn't mean that you are to allow and tolerate disrespect.
Oh yeah, no. No.
Because you develop resentment. So yes, someone has changed. I think it's on both parties wanting to do that healing and that self-work. Prior to you even get to the relationship, the question was like how to find the right person, how to date the right person. First, work on yourself. And I know we always say that in a generic way, but truly you have to understand like what are the patterns that you have, what narratives do you tell yourself that prevents you from being able to accept, receive, and give love in a healthy way. And so when someone has changed, like before you get started, if you have the resources, when you have first, you have the resources and the means and the capacity to access help like that before you have children. So when you do have children and you are navigating these new experiences, you can handle them when you feel equipped and supported, you can handle them with in the right way. Because what happens
Yeah, and because for me, I have a relationship with God as me personally. Therefore, first thing, realistically, I'm gonna pray about it. Like, Lord, this is your daughter. I put her in your hands. Take her. Jesus, you got it. This is your daughter. I don't know this person. Send her back when she's who I met. Okay? You deal with this person. No. But realistically, I am gonna, pray about it. Yes. Patience, I am. It's gonna be a lot of conversations, a lot of talking. Like, man, you're saying a lot of nothing. Because I was in the barbershop today and this gentleman was getting his haircut. He was talking about, how, he put his football career on hold because his wife, not this, but his wife got pregnant, had a baby, was going through postpartum. And it was just bad. Like, it affected their marriage to the capacity where, divorce was on the table. And he was like, I was at the point, I was trying to manage my football career, but I have this at home. Mind you, this is my wife, not my girlfriend. This is my wife. We have one daughter. And then after the son came, 13 months later, postpartum hits. And it's wrecking the marriage. He was like, man, for me, man, hey, I stopped playing football. I put that on hold at the end of the day. Because this is my family. This is my wife. These are my kids. I looked at the risks involved in losing them, and it didn't add up to, football. I'll come back to football at the end of the day. No, college football. My bad. Not professional. Go pro, brother. I want to say. Hey, money makes things disappear. But realistically, he was like, man, it was bad, but with time, with patience, with a lot of talking at the end of the day, that's what it took for us to get back to a point where we can actually communicate effectively. Because at the end of the day, postpartum depression is personal. However, the attributes that come from that is the things that reflect and can diminish and damage a relationship or a marriage.
And that was just an example.
That's a good one. But anything.
But it could be a man that say he started working at AT&T when he was 21, got married, had this great family. He's never known how it felt to be financially fucked up. And now at 40, they done did these mass layoffs. He don't know how he gonna pay his mortgage.
COVID.
Right. But just imagine the women that are, like, a lot of men couldn't take that. A lot of men, even if your woman got it, a lot of men can't take, not being even if she don't mind paying the bill, they don't mind being hit her. My whole point with these examples was when you said, if you're submissive, you're submissive, and if you're a gentleman, you're a gentleman.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on, because we meet each other in certain chapters of our life. We meet each other in 20s, 30s, 40s. Our mental, our finances, all that, we're different. So sometimes it will take you out of your realm.
Yes.
But it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't change though. Your character
It should not, but it can.
And if it does, I mean, just be perfect.
It can change. Like life's tests and trials will push you to the edge beyond what you thought.
All right, means you're going through life. You're human.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is. It's human. What's that?
But I think it's kind of hard to. I'm not going to compare submissiveness.
Men and gentlemen.
I don't know why. And being a gentleman, because being a gentleman is like a personal thing, but being submissive, I know that you guys are saying it should be just all around. However, being submissive only makes sense to do it to the right person.
Right.
So it is conditional. Being a gentleman, you don't have to be in a relationship. But being submissive, I'm not just submissive to.
Now, when we
That's their argument. Their argument is if you're submissive, you're submissive. There's no in between.
being submissive doesn't mean you just do what I say.
It's not about doing what you say. That's not the
Being
definition.
What she said.
That's the first part.
I'm facing you. So,
For me, it just means that I'm allowing you to lead. I still have my own word. My household.
no.
When we get married, we're one. We're a union. So I have my life, you have your life, but we're doing everything on the same accord. Right now, I use this, I don't know if y'all was here last week, but this new age relationships and marriage is like it's him and him is here. Marriage is supposed to be one, a union. So I'm gonna still have my word, but like I said, I trust him to lead us in the right life.
No.
I honestly don't understand what that means. When people say leading a household, what does that actually look like? What does a tangible example look like? Yeah, is it finances? Is it like
When you say lead, why does that mean pay most of the bills? No, but like if he say he feels like he knows how our bills are, he feel like, hey, if I feel like it would make more sense for me to pay this, and you handle this, or when the kids, you know what I mean? But it ain't like I can't use my own voice. Like, hey, honey, I feel like he's gonna listen to me.
I think that's actually the issue and why a lot of our parents from former generations were they stayed together for a long time, but for the reason that they honestly didn't have a reason to. A lot of them didn't. I really think that when you go to a job, when you're in a job, someone doesn't lead a team because they just are they're born and have a personality because they have a kid that they should lead a team. It's because they have the skill set and the experience and the wisdom to lead a team.
And men do. Like men.
I think for instance, in our relationship, I feel like there are certain strengths that I have that he can learn and grow from that I lead in, and that certain strengths and things that I do not have that he can lead in. We trust in each other to lead in those things, also seek wisdom from one another. But
Being submissive doesn't mean you dropping your strength. You still have your strength. You still have your word. But what she was saying is, somebody said out here.
We started with being submissive.
So something about you gotta listen.
So one of the guys should
No.
define what you guys think is submissive.
Right, for you, because y'all married. What do you, as a man, what do you? Oh,
yeah. We speak life. We speak marriage in 2022.
do you feel like you have an alpha male? Not to put you on like, no, that's for you to answer.
But I think that, but also I can be very soft. He can also be very soft too in certain ways that were needed. So, for example, we're in the process of buying a home. He has multiple streams of income where he doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. I have more time on my hands, and I'm way more advanced and knowledgeable in terms of the housing market. So I lead the search in that. But I don't go to it. I don't be like, okay, this is what we do. I say, this is what I've learned and gathered. Here's the information you need to learn and gather so we can make a strong decision together. He does his research and we come together. And then he goes off and he does his thing in a certain area in our life. Okay, well, this is what we need to do in terms of buying a house in West City. So certain areas we come together, but he trusts me that I can make a strong decision because we're both educated. It's not just, he
Hey, let's. What is submissive?
Because I think what she was trying to say earlier was, as a man, when you say you're a gentleman, that's something you should be to everybody, is a gentleman.
Yeah.
But as a woman,
Being
you shouldn't be
you should
submissive to every person, every man.
Right, but I think that's our miscommunication.
I see a lot of people flexing up on dudes, like they could beat their head or something, but really they could just call the police or call their brothers with 6 guns.
It's not a physical thing.
I'm saying like in any aspect.
It's not. It's just like me, the person who I date. Do I feel like I wouldn't try to? I wouldn't want a man that I would run upon. I wouldn't want to.
That's
not. You're thinking of some dominatrix type shit. No, that's a real thing.
It is. But being submissive, think about it. But it's crazy that women, watch this, women will say that, I feel that being submissive depends on depending on who the guy is. That's just submit to everybody, right? However, women ultimately begin submission typically at the first date. It's being submissive, ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive.
Period. It's not saying that you don't have your own word.
Right.
It's not saying that you can't lead. It's just saying that you have a man that you, like, say if y'all, there's going to be times when it's going to be an A or B. Like, we got to, for mine, I trust him enough to lead me, but I also trust him enough to where he's going to listen to what I have to say. He's like an open guy. Like, he'll be like, maybe you're right. But I do look to him to be like that leader. It's not like saying I can't do it on my own. We got each other, but he is, he's the head. But like Fantasia said, I'm the neck. You ain't moving without me, but he's still the head.
Facts.
But everybody's different. Like I said,
Facts.
You're never forcing your ideas or opinions.
he'll never gonna force it
No.
on me. He's gonna force it on me.
And that's even where nagging comes in. So it's submissive.
You don't be flexing on him like that.
You're thinking physical. That's why I said.
I'm not talking about saying your ideas or opinions upon him.
No, but I'm gonna tell
That's
him.
a form of flex. That's mental flexing.
I'm gonna have my
So-
word. He
I know, but you don't be like,
Show me that.
No, he's saying you ain't gonna force it on him.
you're not gonna be
Take me
like,
advice.
we gonna do this.
Show me.
I don't have to.
I know.
He wants to hear what I have to say.
Exactly.
I hear you.
So it begins from the start. It's all from the beginning. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect is the foundation of which you build your friendship or relationship. Being submissive and being a leader will come easy. You will want to lead as a man. I want to lead.
You can be
I want to
submissive,
lead.
but still have your word.
And I want for sure. Be strong-willed. Being submissive don't make you weak. Lord is it saying, just surrender to what I say. It's interesting in me that when it comes to certain situations, circumstances that causes our family to move forward, progress, stand still, and trust in me enough with the duty and the task that the decision that we come up with coherently, if I should go another way. If I should go another way, and trust in me enough to say, all right, babe, I don't agree with it, but I trust you. And that's submission. I don't agree with it. It's still, you're letting them know, I don't agree with it, but I trust you. You got it. Now, a wise man will know when to back up and let his woman lead. Talk about it. Oh, I'm thinking, my God. Shout out to Tay, Deontay Thompson. We see you, bro. Mia, we see you. My name, we see you. Get your shots in. Go ahead, step over to the bar. Get your shots, get your drink on. Shout out to Nana's Kitchen, who is there. We still got our highlighted black-owned business, so don't go nowhere.
So you said that submission for you starts on the first date. No. That's correct, right?
Not for me per se, but yes, typically
Okay.
that's my argument.
Okay, so your argument is that it starts on the first day. Within the definition that you just gave, it was
Being
I'm
open.
paraphrasing.
Okay.
Pretty much, I don't have to agree with it, but I trust that we're going to go with your decision, correct? Okay. I'm going to give a personal example.
Testify.
Well, because I've been told plenty of times that I am an alpha female. I've been told that I talk to men like they're crazy. All of it. And I just don't, I am a blunt person. I will say that. So I went out on a date with somebody, and he said he didn't know where he wanted to go eat. So what did I do? I went to Google places where we could eat. Once I said, "Oh, I want to try this place," he said, "That's an example of me not being submissive." Yeah.
See, that's what you call foolish. That's just a foolish man.
That was one of the examples.
That's just a one.
He said, "Why did you not think that I would figure out a place to eat?" And I said, I'm just giving an example.
So, yeah, that's exactly me. That's crazy. Shout out to Christina. What's up? But yeah, no, that's foolish.
And I've always been given small examples like that of just things that's like, oh, okay, like that don't really make no sense. But if that's what you say, then go right ahead.
See, you know, it starts with who are you choosing?
No.
I'm just playing.
Exactly, and that's the thing we talked about last week. You guys keep saying who we're choosing, and the number one thing that I brought up is that women outnumber men. I want to say it's 1 to 3. It's either 1 to 3 or 1 to 2. Race also plays a part in that. The LGBT community, that plays a part in it. Men that are, especially Black men that are incarcerated, that plays a part in it. All these things play a part of it, so it's not necessarily just who are you choosing. And if a man don't approach me, I'm not approaching the man.
And I would,
A lot of women approach.
You said you want to leave, right? That's the first part. You said you want to leave, right? You want to leave, right?
and that's, see?
Huh? No, that's leading. That's leading.
That's where we kill ourselves, fellas.
That's leading.
We're gonna leave. We gotta leave from the beginning. We gotta, women are approaching men. Ladies, have you approached the fella?
Me.
Okay, Jay.
Being too aggressive.
I want to leave. You arrested.
No.
No.
I'm not saying that makes you arrested here, but I don't feel that I should do it. And you're telling me that you want to be this.
No. He's not telling you nothing. You ain't had no words with him yet. So
What she said is that she hear that she's aggressive so much.
I understand that. But fuck that fool butt ass nigga. What I'm saying is, it's 2021.
Oh, wait.
Gotcha,
Another reason as well. Okay.
Now, what's the other reason? Because the one reason you're giving out, I really don't agree with it. If you see a dude and you think approach him, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make him less of a leader or anything else. Like, approach him.
But it also doesn't make me aggressive if I tell you.
It doesn't make you aggressive. I agree with you. Don't let one person who's insecure tell you and define how you
Oh, it's not
handle
one
business.
person. And another reason why I don't approach men is the same reason I told you last week. Men, I'm not saying everybody. Yeah, I'm just saying black people.
Are you talking about the guy against the women
But
thing?
the whole, I have had more black men tell me that they are not into black women, and I have the opposite experience. It's just not, it makes you uncomfortable.
That was
And I told this to my experience. When I'm anywhere else in the world, not anywhere else, but like the East Coast, I feel men will buy me things. They just respect you. It's like you are just I'm just happy you're here. But here,
She ain't lying.
don't even look at Like,
But
girl, you're not even about it.
That's a California thing.
Girl, turn over here.
But it's like I said last week, it's not just the Bay Area. It's anything that's new to the area. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the Bay Area men who's doing that. It's everywhere. It's just when you go to other places, you're new.
No.
That's like another. I'm gonna tell you another term I don't like. A term I don't like is you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I 100% do not agree with that phrase for the simple fact, if you get a female who has a quote unquote reputation as a hoe here in the Bay Area and y'all establish a connection and y'all move to Texas, nobody knows her.
Facts.
Nobody knows she was a quote unquote hoe. But how could she be hoe if somebody gave it a definition because she was
Loose with the goose.
It's not loose with the goose. It's just she had a dude mentality. You know what I'm saying? She had a dude mentality, so it's like she talked to a dude. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Shantae, just because, like,
Right.
but no, look. The reason why I say what I say about a male mentality is what I tell all my female friends. Once they separate their mind from their heart, from their pussy, life be a whole lot easier for them. And a lot of them think just because they have sex with a dude, it connects to the heart and mind. That's not true. Because dudes don't think like that.
They don't think like that, but you guys are asking, not you guys, but you're asking a woman to do, not all women are the same. Somebody cut my head off. So. But I'm saying naturally, most women, now she raised by a different kind. My mom's a savage, so it's a little different. But naturally, women do, let's say the majority of women do attach it. Not that they should or shouldn't, but naturally, it just happens. So to tell a woman to do that, instead of telling men to not do what they're doing, that's kind of like, and once again, it's always been on the woman if she's doing wrong.
No, it's not about what you're doing wrong. It's why I'm trying to even the playing field. For the simple fact.
We can just do it right there.
Right there.
My thing is, I say this time and time again, y'all hold the power. Females hold the power when it comes to yes.
No, women hold the power.
Once again, we outnumber men. You guys have the power all. It doesn't matter. You can make.
So you're gonna buy quality instead of quantity.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Supply and demand.
Black men is that y'all used to be black material, but everybody knows and they know.
So you gotta compete. Women don't want to compete.
Don't do it like that.
No,
Don't do it like that.
it's true.
Women don't want to compete.
I don't in my experience, I don't experience that at all, period. What I've seen, like I said, doing club security since 2006, women hold the power. I don't care who outnumbers what. Women hold the power.
They hold the power, but they don't know they hold the power.
Exactly. That's why I tell all my female friends, once you detach your pussy from your mind and your heart, life will be a whole lot easier for you. Don't think just because you have sex with a dude, he's supposed to be with you. He care about you. He don't. Act the same way he do.
You can make me fall in love with you. I can't
Before
So you can't make a dude fall in love with you?
let's pause. Last call for food. I'm sorry. Last call for food. People feel like to get something to eat. Make your way out back. Get you something to eat. We got some comments here on Instagram. Shout out to Stina Christina. She says respect, safety, and trust will make a woman be her most feminine in a relationship, and allow the man to make certain decisions. But I believe it's overall a partnership, not a dictatorship. Facts. I like it. Amir says, let's see. Deontay says submission should not be asked. It should be a desire to do it. Shouldn't be a problem. But immaturity will keep it hard for someone to submit. All right. Okay. We got, well, y'all been steaming it up. Huh? Women aren't exempt from shooting their shots, Christina. I agree.
That's
Christina,
right, Christina. You know.
all right. They've been going
You
in.
know, girl.
Huh? This is true. Huh?
We were saying that if you're leading regardless of women,
From the beginning.
from the beginning.
The problem is a lot of men aren't assertive enough. A lot of men aren't assertive enough. So being assertive means I have a plan. I know what that plan is. That's why I said it starts from the first date. Typically, submission, I'm not going to say it starts, I'll say it sets the ground for what could be the overall relationship. For that man, it sets the ground. That it shows you, like, I'm assertive. If I ask to take you out, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to follow up with you. I'm going to follow through with the plan. Like, I know where I want to take you. I know the time. I'll pick you up. Do you feel safe with that? I know it's kind of weird out here. Maybe you want to meet me. Who knows? You do all these things leading up to that first date. Then when the first date comes, you're on time. Your time management. You're on time. You take it to a nice place. Don't have to be expensive, but nice. Somewhere decent. Somewhere where you can have a nice conversation. Really get to know one another. Because that's what that first date's for. And when she sees that, you know what, he planned it. She gonna call her girl, he planned it, he took me here. It was so nice, the conversation was due. It was a vibe. And then, that's how the ladies would talk in my head to each other. So it was a vibe, he knew what he wanted. He took me here. So being assertive, that shows the leader. Now, going forward in the relationship, for most women,
Forget moving forward. They don't even get
just from that, that's where it starts. But submission can be developed at that point. Because when she sees that, okay, you're a man who knows what you want, you're assertive, I can depend on you. Trust. I'm not going to even say trust. That's so deep. Like, we're just done with the first date. Question. Yes. How many men have been a gentleman every single time? Oh, how many men have done what I just said every single time? That means you approach her, you get a number, you follow through, you make a plan to take her out. You're assertive, you know where you want to take her. You follow up, you follow through, and you follow up every single time.
The men that are in here, that's why we in here. That's why 4 of us, bro.
Yeah,
That's what to say, the 4 of y'all.
That's why we in here.
You're not with us on that one? DJ Leo. You know. Oh, we got that.
That doesn't work to me, but I'm not gonna say I haven't. That's unrealistic to
me. So you've been an a-hole, but you've done the work to become better. That's dope.
And they're still together.
So yeah.
They're talking about being a gentleman.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I have not been a gentleman like that.
You probably got
But the question was, have we all been a gentleman like consistently every single time? Hell no.
Because y'all said we should be submissive every single time.
I said.
I think you might
Listen. It's different. That's That's fair. It is learned. It's learned behavior over time, and repeated actions over time. Seeing something repeatedly, doing something repeatedly, you become that.
You learn to do it consistently.
Yes, and when you do that, that's when that becomes a part of your character. That's when it becomes easy. That's when it becomes, I'm not trying to do this, I just do it.
Just the same way that I just challenged, he was honest, but I just challenged him. That would be me not being submissive, right? Because I didn't use 10%, right? But was I right?
I wouldn't even say that wasn't submissive.
I don't even like the word.
Big challenge. See, we're gonna take submission out for the night. It's a partnership. Wait, but even in a partnership, the husband submit to the wife, wife submit to the husband. So, because we hardly ever talk about men submitting to their wife.
Somebody gotta be the decision maker.
Yeah, I mean,
at work, we got supervisors, we have managers, we have system managers, and we gotta be like, we have a hierarchy. Because at some point, somebody has to make a decision.
yes.
And you're paid.
Here's the thing.
At the end of the day, you should feel both should feel authentic in that relationship.
Yes.
If you want to actually submit, that's what you want to do, and you feel like the person is capable of letting you submit, and that's what I like doing, that's okay. If you don't like submitting, it's still authentic to do with that. Whatever's authentic.
At the end of the day, what works for you may not work for somebody else. Everybody's relationship is their relationship.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership. So we removing submission for the sake of the conversation. And we're just gonna say it's a partnership.
Right, exactly.
It's what's best
It's
for
we.
us. What's best for us.
Ain't just you, ain't just me.
And the problem is, it takes two people who have dealt with their pride to get to that point. Because it sounds easy. Like, what works for the relationship? Man?
Submission is an outdated term. Like, it used to be when the man could assert his ability to have a woman. Now it's not the case no more. I think submission is growing out.
So we are
Partners.
in this relationship. And that's what it should be. At the end of the day. Christina Cristino Instagram says, no right or wrong in open discussion, especially if it's based off your own experience. I love it. Machia says, what's up, Machia? She says, I would just say this. My granny always told me the WAP is stronger than the Holy Ghost. Submission is a no. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I need some juice. I need some
Holy
juice.
water. I think it's holy water.
Sprinkle me now with the holy water. Lord, have mercy. Whoa. So we're going to remove submission for the sake of the conversation. What we're going to say is partnership. Sorry about the background noise, man. They're playing pool. They're enjoying themselves in the back. So we're going to say it's a partnership. And it takes two people being willing to do what's right for the relationship in order for that partnership to grow, prosper, develop, and sustain. Is that safe?
There's some relationships, but you know, some people that can't say their life. So they need like, if you're a woman that just can't make no decision,
You need somebody who's more certain.
you submit to them like that.
Yeah. Yes.
But if you're a decision maker, then
So that's where somebody
yes.
having your weakness, your partner complements that, and that's their strength. You balance each other out.
Yes.
Yeah.
if my person is not, they just be submissive.
Facts.
Balance.
Now I love it. We've jumped from many topics to topics right now.
Right.
What we're gonna do is take a quick break
Nash.
before our highlight of Black-owned business come up. Shout out to DJ Leo. He is in the building, man. He gonna come up, tell us a bit about his business. Right now, DJ Nash Chanel's gonna take us out with a little groove. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere, man. We'll be right back. Let's go. Right here.
I know it's like the talk anthem.
I know.
We'll see y'all next week. Amazing.